you guys, I have finally spoiled myself with what you could consider very obviously a toy. And it is specifically the Star Wars lightsaber, because lately I can tell you that I am proud that I'm finally understanding the plot of this entire saga, of this entire show. And I think I struggled with it because when I watched it the first time around, especially the trilogy, I was a kid and there was something about it that I wasn't very clear on. And I think it had to do with, I gotta charge it, it died on me. I guess the original trilogy doesn't even have that much political talk to it, if you ask me. I wanna say the Senate, Sidious as the Chancellor, all that. And something about that, it was just really complicated for me to connect those dots. But now that I have been rewatching it, I can tell you that it makes a whole lot more sense, especially after watching Clone Wars. I watched all of Clone Wars. So anyway, I thought I would start making random videos about random Star Wars things. And the very first thing I want to talk about is the lightsabers. I learned about their different meanings. I think this is explored more in their comics, mangas, whatever you call them. And it seems like each color has a meaning. And I learned that yellow specifically is the color for temple guards, and I have seen it in some of the shows. Also on, I want to say they came up in Clone Wars too. And I gotta say, if I were in the Star Wars universe, I can tell you for a fact that if I were in the Jedi club, I would probably be a temple guard, because I'm not very physical. I'm not very, what can you say, super force inclined, I would imagine. Like, I feel like those who wield the green sabers, like your Yodas and stuff, they are very good at meditating. I think I would be more inclined to that if I were an active combatant. But when it comes to my actual title, my actual participation based off how I behave in real life, I think I would be a temple guard, because I can see myself guarding teachings. And in real life, I tend to guard the teachings of my department. What skills have I inherited? What things did I learn from whom? Useful things that I saw management do, but it has fallen through the cracks, or say mistakes that I think former management did and how we should do away with that, etc. And I think that being a guard, to me, is probably the best form of active duty I can have whilst not being very active. And from what I saw, the temple guard saber seemed to be active at all times. I can also be a person who can definitely behave as a statue. Like, if you assign me to be at one post indefinitely, I can do that. I have done that. I have no problem. And I feel like you have to be a certain type of person to do that. I don't think that anybody can just casually, patiently stand in one spot and guard. People who have Anakin's personality. Do y'all stick to just one place? No, hell no. So yeah, you guys, I thought that I would share that. And I want to ask you if you're familiar with the different lightsaber colors and what they mean. And if so, which one do you think you would wield, you would have? I'm not very clear on how the kyber crystal picks you, because at least on Clone Wars, it seemed like you go to some designated place and the crystal finds you. Kind of, I guess. I never saw an episode where a yellow crystal found somebody. I wonder if this is bestowed upon someone. But yeah, I can tell you that although yellow is not my favorite color at all, I think that would be my lightsaber color. It just makes sense. I'm not very physical, and I don't think I would be very, good with the force for fighting purposes. I think I would be better suited for guard duties, which they have to know how to fight and how to use the force, of course, but I'm just saying, for the kind of job that I think would match me best, my profile, I think guarding would be the way to go. And I'm also into learning and teaching, like scholarly stuff, so it makes sense. Okay, that's it. Bye.